Hi everyone, hope you can hear me. This is Michael Oluwadamilare Kundayo, tuning in from Akwa Ibom State. I hope you guys are fine. Great to be here. Thank you very much. Yes, good to be here.
How did you do it? How did you build your financial capacity at that point throughout your days in school? I was also a student, so you share with us how you actually did it.
All right. Thank you very much for that question, and I'm going to be very blunt in answering that. The essence of
Can you hear me?
Yeah, so the essence of coming is just to educate ourselves and to have a resolution that can help our financial capacity. My own journey started in a different way, and what really happened was that I don't like it when people tell me that they don't have money. I don't like it when people use the word "I'm broke." I don't really like it. I love positive words, and I told myself I don't want to be the kind of person that even if my circle are broke and we all be broke at the same time. So what do I do? Growing up, I've been I'm a kind of a being that is very prudent when it comes to finance. All my family member can attest to that. I don't spend all the money that I have, no matter what. I don't spend it, and it's one of the attributes that have really helped me so far in life. I was privileged to start business earlier in my life. I've shared this story several times. I started my first business in life when I was in nursery one, selling pure water, and I make about 1,000 plus every week. So I've been introduced to business very early in my life. And even when I was in primary class, I started a Eve business, selling Eve to my colleague and the likes and making money. So I experienced that. But what really helped me when I got to about entering school was that one day I have one auntie that I so much respect. She's my love, and she told me that day, 2015 December, she said, "Oluwadamilare, take this money, but don't call home for money. Your parents are retired. Don't disturb them for money." And I was going for pedigree that time, and she gave me 50,000 naira. And I locked myself inside the room and I said, God, this is 50K cash in my life. And I said, I will multiply this money by the grace of God. I'll have multiples of it. So I was very prudent. Everything I want to buy, I will ask myself, do I really need to buy this? It was as if I was stingy on myself. Thank God my brother is here. Samuel, thank you for joining. Yeah, I don't buy things. No matter what you want to see, I better take water that it is okay for me than me buy drink. So I was very prudent when it comes to financial stuff. I don't buy it. My friend might think I'm stingy, but I know what I buy. When I was about finishing that, I saved a lot of money before finishing pedigree. Before entering you, I have saved a lot of money, and so I have this savings account that I created. I have about 8 accounts. Like this savings account, what happened to this account specifically is that there are some money that if they enter there, they cannot come out. Even if I am dying, no, not die, not yet. I will not touch it. I will not touch it. I will not touch it. I kept the money there to just stay there. So I save a lot. If you give me money now, once I transfer that money to that account, nothing. Even if you are dying like they say, sorry. Except you are very close to my throat before I can take it. And if I take it, I borrow it. So I was very prudent when it comes to savings. So I started saving for my part one intensively till I finished school. And that was how my money keep growing. So the time came by life whereby the money has grew to the level whereby the money can multiply itself. When I was in school, I did several business. From part one, I've been a business oriented person. From making shirts, making the branding, making videos, photography. I started combine everything. I sold different things on campus. I sold gala drinks, do night sales. When it comes to finances, I was very optimistic about it. So that was how it got started. But how do I cross into my first million naira? It's not by really working like selling things or the likes. is about being passionate about humanity. And how does that happen? Like Timiche said, if you have a particular thing that you're passionate about, you should go for it, solve a problem. But solving a problem doesn't just come with financial blessing just like that. It takes a longer time. A longer time of somebody watching you, a longer time of somebody looking at your work, your track record, and asking people for money. Most of the time when youth have mentors, they tax their mentors for money or request for this and that. I don't do such. So I have that track record of excellence. But just one day, something just happened. Like, oh, Damilare, how are you? Yeah, you've tried a lot. Just manage this. Boom, the alert enter my phone. Like, seriously? And that's how it started for me. And my businesses were also generating revenue, but my revenue there is just to just keep people, because as white top name sounds, you have so many school daughters and a lot of people that you just have to support. So I have to create that. Okay, if this person requests for money, where can I get it from? So I had a plan. I have, like I said, about eight accounts, which I will get very soon when I got to that location. And that's how I started. But the official time where I knew that I have money, which I want everybody to take note of, is I sat down in the year 2020, before I got strong for my surgery, and I look at how much I spend over. I take record of my expenses, income, and expenditure. How much came, and how much do I spend? By the time I calculated all my expenditure, I was like calculating 1 point something million. I said, "What? I am so wealthy like this." That was 2020. I was like, wow. So I entered this money like this. Okay. When I have this consciousness that I myself have been spending millions that I don't know, which majority of you have also been spending, you can calculate it yourself. Okay. How can I now make the value a real number? And that was the task that I ensured I did while I was in school. Like I told you, that account, I don't touch it. I just do things. I've done several things. Even when I was in school, I've lost few numbers of digits. I mean, every morning. But because I have that mind, I wrote it in my wall that I am a millionaire. I will make 1 million before December. In my room, for those who know my room, then when I was in school, I wrote everything I want to achieve. Then I work towards it. So let me just pause there because of time. And the next thing must also is track your account. Ensure that you have a savings account, because if you keep spending everything, you will not have and if you don't have record of your expenses, you will not know how much you really have. Let that mindset start with you. Thank you very much because of time. Yes, let that mindset start
Thank you so
with
much for
you.
that.
So, dear listener, what do you pick from that video? And I want to see your opinion in the chat box. What do you pick out from that? Do you have a track of your expenses, both your income and your expenditure? Do you have a savings account? Is one thing that you must be deliberate and be intentional about. So I wish you the best in that. Watch out for the next clip of questions. Okay. I love you guys.
Particularly when you were speaking earlier, you talked about savings and how you have multiple accounts and one is locked and all that. I want you to speak more on savings. I There are people probably listening that probably have not saved their whole life and they want to start saving. So how do they start? How do their income, how do they measure, how do they save? Probably is it 10% of their income or 5% of their income? How do they measure their savings? How do they go about it?
Okay. That's a very brilliant. That's a very brilliant question. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me say that I didn't lock my account. My account are flexible. I've never locked my account before. It's just about prudence that I mentioned. Um, making let me say, it's not about how much you make that matters. It is about how much you save that really matters. One, two. You don't need to have big money to manage your account. You need to manage your account to have big money. These are two words that are different. Also, it is not difficult to make money. It is harder to manage money, and it takes a rugged mind to multiply money. They are distinct words. Now, whatever income that you are earning, I said you should track your income and the expenditure on a monthly basis, whatever you buy. And one of the first way to, let me say, to evaluate your expenses is for you to know what to spend money on. You need to write it down. Data. How much do I spend on data? How much do I spend on airtime in a week, in a month? How much do I spend on logistics, transportation? How much do I spend on feeding? How much do I spend on clothing? How much do I spend on refreshment, entertainment? If you are in a relationship or any ship that you are in, how much do you send to your girlfriend, your boyfriend? You went on outing, how much do you spend? If you do giveaway, how much do you spend? This is how you can actually track your account. Now, when you do that, you will know where your money is actually entering. Now, if your expenditure is higher than your income, there is a problem. If your expenditure and your income tallies, there is still a problem. But if your income is higher than your expenditure, then there's a need to sit down and be real with yourself. For me, I tell you, if you don't know yourself, nobody can know yourself for you. You need to identify yourself. You know your weakness, you know your strength. All right. So if you know you don't trust yourself about saving, find somebody that you respect so well that you can save with. While I was in school, all my mentees in school, it is one of the requirements for mentorship. You must have a savings account. You must. It's a must. I can't mentor you and you don't have account. Yeah, if you cannot do it, I will collect it and save it for you. And when our agreement day meets, I will hand it over back to you. That's how I do it. So to answer this, no matter the amount you are earning, you need to break your money down into four categories. Before you break your money down into four categories, I will share my experience. When I was in school, I'm grateful for my parents. They tried their best. For my part one, I was earning 10K. Yes, there's no special money that I can call it now that I've not earned before. I believe so well from my family income. What they give me, my parents give me. They gave me 10,000 per month. That was my part when I was living on campus. And when I went to town, it's still the same 10,000 I was given from my parents. So I have to sit down and calculate how much is going to transportation in a month. Transport was 15 naira then, and I go to campus 6 days a week. That's 100 naira, that's 600, that's 2,400 naira in a month out of 10K. So I bring that 2,400 naira out for transportation. Then I look at, is a must you pay NEPA bill. NEPA bill is 500. We are two for 500. That's 1K. 500 for NEPA bill. We don't burn refuse in the house that we are living before. How much is refuse fee? I take it out from it. The amount, because there are fixed prices that they are not variable. They are fixed. Now you fill gas, at least 1 kg or 2 kg, fixed one. You calculate it and put it there. Now out of the remaining, you now remove tithe. You don't remove tithe out of the money that has the conditions. It is not your income. It is an expenditure valued. Your money that it is based to, it already have proceedings that you must follow every month. You can't boycott it. Now that's it. Now back to your finance. So by the time I look at it, I have about 1,000 to myself at the later end. That 1,000, okay, what will I do? I will take 500 and take to my account, savings account. So I have 500 naira with me. I've taken the necessity that the money is going for, and the remaining that is left in that is my own money, my own personal money that I can do anyhow, is 1,000. So I now begin to plan. For me, I even calculate my offering and tithe in a month. I calculate together. So if it's not possible, because that one they are fixed. You can't tamper with fixed money. They are fixed. You know that you have to go to school now. I mean, I don't miss class. So that's it. So that's how I run that. And gradually, I got this best my parents. This is, I think the highest I got. I won't tell you the highest I got from home, but less than 20K. So my brother will send me some few tokens. My brother will send me money sometimes, 5K. Just blend it together. Now, when you get money, how do you break down your finances? And this is the area I want you to pay attention to. How do you break down your finances? The first thing is, when you get your money, Break your finances into four structures. That is the 60-20-10-10. 60-20-10-10. Now, 60% to your expenses. But I remember your expenses, that is what you will pay money on, whether you like it or not, in a month. That are fixed expenses. 20% of your money straight to your savings. Don't even negotiate it at all. As it's coming, take it straight to your savings. Done. Now, the 10% for your tithe, your whatever you want to call it. I call it your tithe or your family. If you are the one that pay tithe, your tithe. If you are the one that instead of giving your tithe to church, you do something for your family, you take care of your pastors, let that go to that account. That is what the money is serving. And 10% the remaining one for side responsibility. Yes, you have siblings, you have girlfriend, you got anything, maybe give away and like let the 10% go for. But someone want to borrow money, let that be your 10%. So if the 10% is exhausted for that month, please, it is gone. Don't tamper with your 60%, your 20%, and your first 10%. Please, one of the secrets for financial breakthrough in life is you giving to your parents. I cherish giving to my parents more than anybody because I am first committed to them. That's my financial obligation, even as a believer. Your parents must not suffer. It is not you start making big money. Take responsibility now. No matter how much they are sending to you, always send back to your parents. With 200 card per month, make it a commitment. You that you are a graduate now, make it a commitment. Take responsibility. Send 100 naira, 200 naira. Please send something home. Let them begin to pray to you from their bottom of their heart. From the bottom of their heart, that prayer is very, very powerful. Please don't take care of external people and leave your parents. Don't do that, okay? So take care of your parents with whatever you are capable of sending to them. If you have dad and mom, break it into two, share to them. If you just one, share it. Just ensure that you take care of your family. Then your pastors, just know that from your remaining 10% of your giveaway, calculate how it can go. I don't know how much you are earning. Okay. Now, your management principle of your money, that is your 20% is yours. If you are able to exhaust your 60%, fine. If you cannot exhaust the 60%, the remaining that is left, please add it to your savings. I'm sincere with you, add it with your savings. And when you do that, it will help you to manage money. Now, when your savings get to a point in life, you will leave the management of that savings into multiplying your money. You multiply it, but you must first grow your savings to a level whereby it can multiply. Do you understand? So that is the first thing you must do. Like I said, it's not how much you make, it's about how much you money on. I pay gas, I pay NEPA bill, I don't pay for refuse here, I buy water here to drink, and other things I do, right? I have financial commitment. If I have excesses that is left, all right, I now look at if it's not possible, you know that things are very expensive now, like I told you. But out of the list, I've been able to manage it down. So when I don't have money again, someone can just send some good people to me. Okay, this is what I do, this is what I do, this is what I do, okay, and this. Some business can come in, some transfer can come in, all right, but I just ensure that I don't exceed my expenditure plan. So over the past few months, I've been like if you ask me now, how much do I spend relocating to Akwa Ibom? I have a list for it. How much do I spend in January? I have it. How much do I spend in March till even last week? I have them. If I go to market, I just put everything together so I can have adequate record of my expenses. So if you do that, I tell you that you will be glad that you are getting better. And the thing is, don't force yourself to it. It is gradual. If it works now and you got it right, good. If it doesn't work now, you can start with 10% savings, but depending on the how close you are to leaving school. But just ensure that before you leave school or before you finish service, you must have a reasonable amount of money in your account that you can sustain you for the next 6 months in case no money is coming in. And that's one of the biggest achievements I did before I left school. I ensure that I have enough money that can take me for the rest of the year before I got my armor in 2023. So I'm just telling you guys to just make your plans, and by the time you practice what I've just said to you, at the end of everything, you give testimony of your prudency and how you have been able to to get things done. Please don't joke with your savings. Don't joke with your savings. The savings is a backup. And quick one, for those of you who have a savings that you have been spending your savings, yes, one of the structure you can put in place is borrowing from your savings. I remember those days when I was in part two, part three. My parents are teachers, retired teachers, and I can't call home and say, Daddy, I need money, and they will send money urgently. My parents can never do that. From when I was there, I know my family. I can't call anybody for urgent money. So if I want to collect money, I will tell them ahead. So in the next 2 3 weeks, they can send it, not rush rush. So if you have parents that can send the money quick quick, congratulations. They can. They are retired teacher. Where they won't go. So what I do is I will tell my parents, dad and mom, okay, I'll borrow it from my friend, okay, and please you will return it. It's no wahala. So I'll borrow it from my savings account. At least it's a borrow. I borrow it from my savings account. It might take them 2 months to pay it back. I shall borrowed it, right? I told them they are requesting for their money. Yes, and it's true. I'm requesting for my money. So I'll just collect it and put it back. That was the system I used. So if you are spending your money, your savings, please just know that you are owing somebody money. You are owing your account money. When you get money, remove your borrow and go and pay back. If you are prudent with this, I tell you, by the time the your calculated year of savings or month, you'll be glad that you have something in your account. Just give it a try and testify to the goodness. All right, guys, thank you very much. I hope you just learned something about that. You
Thank
don't
you very
spend
much for
all your
that,
money,
sir.
you
Thank you so
spend
much.
few out of your money, and you take calculated response to that needs. Thank you. Let me see your comments.
Like somebody to list the percent.
So next question is, how do you build your financial stability as a youth? Well, I just have a few things to advise you. The first one is invest in quality education. When I mean quality education, invest in knowledge, because the biggest asset that you have is your mind. Your mind is your biggest investment. So invest in yourself. Read why. Take courses to know about financial literacy. There are many books that you can read. The Rich Man in Babylon, Rich and Poor Dad, How Successful People Think, The Psychology of Money. There's so many books that can help you develop capacity and to develop high knowledge about money, investment, um, you know, accounting, and the law of money, right? So you need to read it. Then the second one is surround yourself with quality friends. There's a saying that the bed of a feather flock together. That is, if you don't have people who have that mind of saving, of financial independence, financial growth, you will be struggling with it. So you must have people that will push you to save more, to earn more, people that you can learn from. And the number three is to know how to diversify knowledge, because once you have, when you have mastered a formula, you must know how to skill up, know more. And that is what I wanted to do, because every success has their recipe. That is, every financial structure has their recipe of doing. That if you want to bake bread, there's a recipe for baking bread, even you are just starting. And if you want to bake cake, there's also a recipe of baking cake based on the tastes and the quality you want to get. So you need to surround yourself with quality people that you can learn from, that can mentor you and guide you very well, right? So you have to, build that structure around yourself, because you are what you study, you are what you master. Whatever you master is what you become. Thank you very much for the questions, for the time we spent together. I wish you the best, and beyond just saying you're learning out, I'm expecting to see you say that you are now making financial progress. Don't forget, track your expenses, track your income, look at what you spend money on. Go to the saving rule: 60 20 10 10, and depending on your levels or capacity, 60% to your financial for your expenses, 20% to your savings, 10% to your tithe or family care or whatever you do it, then 10% for charity giveaway and support for people. I understand. I wish you the best in your journey. I love you guys. I am Michael Oluwadamilare. Thank you for joining me in financial class today. I wish you the best. Bye.